Government officials in Texas are just now beginning to deal with the health and environmental hazards posed by Harvey, and the explosions at the Arkema plant in the town of Crosby have only heightened their concerns. Let's bring in Luke Metzer, the Director of Environment Texas. Luke, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So residents near the plant were evacuated before the explosions early Thursday, but with more blasts expected, what are the dangers to the environment there?
Well, the immediate danger is the highly volatile and flammable liquid organic peroxides that are stored and manufactured at this facility. We've already seen one explosion, and the owners fear that all the other 18-wheelers storing 36,000 pounds of this chemical each will also explode. And so there's the immediate risk of anybody that would be in the blast zone, but thankfully the area has been evacuated. However, the facility has not disclosed what other chemicals are on site. So there is some danger that other chemicals could be caught up in an explosion and then released to the broader public. The facility has, according to its own risk management plan submitted to the federal government, in a worst case scenario, more than 1.1 million people in a 23-mile area could be impacted. But however, it doesn't appear that this is the worst case scenario at the moment. But because the public doesn't have the right to know about many of the chemicals stored at this facility, we don't know the extent or the scale of how bad the problem could be.
Well, the Arkema plant is only the latest concern. On Tuesday, ExxonMobil said the storm damaged 2 of its refineries, releasing pollutants into the nearby environment. With floodwaters stirring up waste, debris, and sewage, what would you say are the biggest public health concerns at this time?
According to our analysis, refineries and chemical plants in the Houston area have released about 2 million pounds of air pollution associated with the hurricane. And that includes chemicals linked to cancer and respiratory problems. And those include both emissions events from flaring, so accidents, storage tanks that were overwhelmed by floodwaters, as well as the facility shutting down, which is a dirty process and involves a lot of pollution. So the air pollution is a big concern. There's also concerns about water pollution. There are about a dozen Superfund toxic waste sites, some of which have been overwhelmed by floodwaters. There have also been about a dozen sewage overflows, so raw sewage, likely in the millions of gallons, that have gotten into floodwaters. And so that's a real risk for people that have been forced to swim in these floodwaters.
Do you think there's anything that can be done at this point, Luke, to kind of mitigate the dangers now? And what steps can residents themselves take to protect themselves?
Well, in the example of the Arkema facility, the officials are warning that if you haven't already evacuated, you should stay on site, turn off your air conditioner, close your windows to make sure that you don't breathe any chemicals that are released. The company also should really do a better job of disclosing to the public exactly what is in this facility, release the inventory of chemicals so the public knows really what the risk is.
All right, Luke Metzer, Director of Environment Texas. Luke, thanks very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Glad to be on.